This is part two of our discussion on interest rates because we are 3 months now into the new year. And because the economy is going up, so are interest rates. And that's really important because you need to know at what point do you jump on the interest rates and not get on a rate that's higher than you initially wanted, right?
Absolutely. I think that we've seen, if you're in the process of looking to purchase or refinance end of 2017, the change from that point when you maybe got a quote to now when you kind of shop around, it's going to be a little shock and awe. It's going to be pretty surprising to see what has happened with interest rates and how we've seen the increase. But realistically, we're still talking great rates. We're still talking the fours,
Yeah.
And in some cases maybe low fives depending on credit score and what type of loan you're trying to obtain. But still 4% range. But it's important that no matter what, that you're positioning yourself to take advantage of the best rate, also at the best time for you, whether you're looking short term or long term, whatever you're trying to do when it comes to a purchase or refinance, making sure that you're educated so you can take advantage of the right program and the right interest rate.
So what are the rates right now? Because I have a follow-up question to that.
Right now we're seeing probably mid 4% range.
Okay.
In some cases, low 4% on conventional. You can still go into the high threes on an FHA product. So you're probably 3.7, 3.65 all the way to 4%. But again, that's an FHA. So each one kind of varies.
Yeah.
FHA, conventional, VA. But again, I'd say the conventional is mid 4%.
Okay, what was in recent memory your recollection of the best interest rate?
2.875 15-year fixed was probably one of the lowest we've seen. 2.875
for
15-year
15
fixed.
year, yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so now we're in the fours.
Now we're in the fours on 30-year fixed. 15 years, we're probably still in the high threes.
Okay, so if I'm thinking about getting a home loan or getting a refi, and I watch the interest rates tick up, tick down, tick up, when is the best time really to jump?
Really it's going to come down to your scenario. It's going to come down to what are you in the process of looking to do. If it's a purchase, well, right now you might just have to jump if you're really trying
Well,
to get
that's
into
it.
that house.
I mean, it's even not even so much of this doesn't fit into my life right now, or
Right.
I need to do this and make my life fit into that.
Well, in some cases, that's it. I mean, you might want to say, well, I want to keep a payment around this, and since interest rates have ticked up,
Yeah.
now I'm going to have to maybe put a little more down to get that payment that I wanted. Or understand that maybe in 6 months from now, if we do see a little bit of a pullback, you might be able to do a no-cost refinance at that time. But it's important to understand that interest rates have gone up.
Yeah.
But there's always, whenever things go up quickly, there's always a
They
little
take
dip.
back,
There's
yeah.
always a little bit. And I'm not talking where you're going to see, low 3% again, but you will see pullback in some fashion. And sometimes if you purchase now, you might be able to refinance in 6 months or a year from now if we see that dip where it's a small pullback, even if it's an eighth or a quarter point. If it's no cost, it still might be worth it.
So don't obsess over the number, but know when the right time is for you.
Well, exactly,
to jump.
and make sure that your mortgage professional is educating you
Right.
about what's going on in the market. Again, they have to be able to tell you what the stock market's doing, how it's affecting interest rates, and so on.
I know you've been quoted in the Sacramento Bee recently. I know that some of the TV news crews have come to you and asked you a lot of questions. So I'm going to throw you a question completely out of left field because I'm interested in this. We hear a lot of talk. I know you're like, what is she going to do? We hear a lot of talk about reverse mortgage, okay? And some people use that to pay for moving into assisted living or pay off a huge debt that they may have. How smart is it to do reverse mortgages?
Well, a reverse mortgage, you do that if you're going to stay in the home. So if you're going to stay in the home, you can take a reverse mortgage, and you can do it to where it's one lump sum, and then you get small payments. I mean, there's a couple different options that you can do where you get long-term payments, but you don't have a mortgage payment. That's number one for seniors. But you cannot take a reverse mortgage to then put it toward like assisted living. It has to be you in the home. A reverse mortgage is a great loan as long as you do your research and you're well informed. HUD has made recent changes that have strengthened consumer protection. But it's a good loan. It really is. But you just have to make sure you're an educated consumer. And I would urge any person, if parents are looking to consider it, even if one of our viewers are looking to consider it, have somebody else, have your child, have a niece, have a nephew, someone a little bit younger, help with the process so you can understand terminology changes. Because the mortgage market for anyone that maybe has zero mortgage that's looking to do a reverse from 20 years ago is dramatically different. The loan disclosures are different. The process is different. So make sure that you are educated and you take your time going through that process.
Do those rates still apply to reverse mortgages?
In some cases, yes. I mean, there's going to be differences. And again, essentially what a reverse mortgage is it's deferring interest. You are taking the interest that you normally pay on a monthly basis to the bank to FHA and, you know, paying to the government, and it's being tacked on. So your loan balance is slowly increasing, you know, every month. But again, if it's going to give you the peace of mind of no mortgage payment,
Yeah.
you're going to get, you know, monthly income potentially, or you're just going to have one lump sum and that's it. It's a great program.
How long do you have to stay in the home, Brandon, to get a reverse mortgage?
You know, that's actually something I do not know off the top of my head. I would say
Oh,
that somebody
okay.
would have to call, you know, call our office and ask. And I could definitely look it up, but I would never want to quote something I don't know.
Okay, that's the thing I love about you. Seriously, I mean, that's the thing I love about this segment too, because if I ask you a question, I'll bet you anything that when we stop this, he will find out exactly.
We'll find out. I'll even put it when we post this video. We'll go ahead and put that in the comment section.
There it is, right there.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing too, if you have a question about interest rates and about mortgages or refinancing or whatever, or getting a home loan, that's the guy to talk to. Really anybody at Catalyst Mortgage, they are in on everything. They know all the information that you need to know. And if they don't, they'll find out. So yeah, talk with Brandon at Catalyst Mortgage, 287-7777. That's his number, or catalystmortgage.com. But really, tell people about this Facebook page because you will learn so much at the Catalyst Mortgage Facebook page.